Say man, hey man, it's your boy Do It All Hollywood back with another NBA 2K26 build video, and today we have a 6'11" ISO Savant. Now, this build right here can get another name, but it's something that I did on the build to keep the name, and I'll explain that later on in the video. But when I tell you, man, this 6'11" build right here is super crazy, I'm talking about, man, watch the video to the end. But first, hit the like button. 100 likes is always the goal. Choose the hand of your choice and the jersey number of your choice. Let's get it, man. As you can see, we're going power forward position, 6'11" for the height, 213 on the weight, 6'11" wingspan. Let's get into it. Now, this build is better if you have a 7-footer out there with you. You know, you want to be at power forward, but you know, if you can't and you got to go to center, it's fine too. You know, just make sure you know you got your big boy pants on, you know what I'm saying, because you're gonna have to go against center with super high rebounding, but we'll talk about that. Now, with the driver dunk on this build, we did take it to an 87. That's the highest we can get it for this particular build, because we did take the wingspan all the way down, because we want crazy 3-point shooting and crazy mid-range shooting. Okay, as far as the driver layup, we're just going to bump that up to a 70. Now, the close shot will go to an 88 on its own, because how high the mid-range is, and you know, it is what it is on that. Now, with the standard dunk, you can do two things. You can go 72, which is okay, but you can't get the big man contact dunks, and you just get bronze rise up. So I went with an 81, so we can get silver rise up and we can get those big man contact dunks. And as you can see, the post control did go up to a 63. Now, you get silver posterizer. Once we take the vertical up, you'll get that badge, and then you do get some contact dunks with this build. Now, let's get into the best part of the build to me, right? So the mid-range shooting on this build, we ain't slacking. We are taking the mid-range shot to a 93. When I tell you, this build can shoot lights out from anywhere on the court. Mid-range shooting, 3-point shooting, mid-post, it does not matter. This build can do it, right? For the 3-point shot, now you can leave it low if you want to. That's totally up to you. But when I make these builds, I don't be thinking about any cap breakers unless it's like 1 or 2, something like that. But when it come down to like 5 cap breakers, you know, I just, you know, leave that up to you guys. But we are going to take the 3-point shot to a 90. All right, a 90 3-point shot, just in case you want deep bomber. Now, you could do 89 if you want to. That's fine too. But in order for you to get that deep bomber, let me show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, if you want the deep bomber takeover, you have to have a 93-point shot. And as you can see, it's an X right there. We can't get it unless you have the 93-point shot. So we take it up 1 tick, and as you can see, we do get the deep bomber takeover. So if you want the deep bomber takeover, there you go. But the sharpshooter takeover is good too. It tells you it boosts shot making from standstill and off the dribble, as well as increased shot chance of ankle breakers. Also improves ability to get open off the ball. Now, this is the takeover that I'm going to start using. I was using deep bomber, but I didn't even pay attention to the sharpshooter takeover. But this is the takeover that I'm going to start using. That's why I see a lot of people using it. But you know, if you have a build that you just want to shoot from deep with, go ahead and go with deep bomber. And you know, that's a personal preference at the end of the day. But we do have that 93-point shot. The free throw is a 69, so we good with that. Now, as far as the playmaking, you can change this if you want to, but I did take the pass accuracy up to a 76, so you can have some decent passing, break start on silver, dimer, and versatile visionary. As far as the ball handle, we're going to bump that up to a 75. We get handle for days, and we will get strong handle. For the speed with ball, I did take that to a 68. I did that on purpose so we can get that lightning lunch on bronze, right? Now, as far as the defense, excuse me, as far as the defense, interior defense ain't all that this year, so we're just going to take it to a 74. It's okay, but it's not like, you know, super high, but you have some on the build, so you can go out there and try to hold your own in the paint. You don't see a lot of post scorers running around. Everybody wants to shoot threes. Every center is at the 3-point line. So, you know, that's that. Now, for the perimeter defense, we did take it to a 72. And that does give us challenger on bronze. As you can see, it really at 71. The 72 is for the why did I take it to a 72? Maybe for the movable enforcer, I think. Yeah, because we're gonna have that on silver, right? So we're gonna have a movable enforcer on silver. And for the steel, we're gonna bump that to a 67. bronze glove, bronze interceptor, nothing special about that. As far as the block, now, in order to keep the name ISO Savant, I couldn't take the block to an 84. Okay, if you take it to an 84, you get a shot eraser name. I didn't want that name, so I took it to an 83, right? And what I want you to do is take one cap breaker and get it to an 84, and that way, you know, you won't have to worry about having the name shot erasing something. We want an ISO Savant. Okay, now for the rebounding, it's low. I ain't gonna say it's a little bit low, it's low. Okay, so we got an 80 on the defense and a 70 on the offense, and you will have problems if you go against somebody with high rebounding, trust me on that. But a lot of centers, they play on the perimeter a whole lot, and you know, you don't necessarily have to worry about it too much, but those offensive rebounds will be hard to get. You know, when you go down there with an 80 rebound and somebody got, you know, Hall of Fame or legend or something like that, you're gonna have some real problem. But 9 times out of 10, the center on the other team is gonna be on the perimeter, so you won't have to worry too much about it. Now, as far as the physicals, we're gonna have a 79 speed. The agility was just bumped to a 70. It go to a 72. But we took it down to a 70. For the strength, we're going to take that to an 82. And the vertical is a 77. Now, this build right here is crazy. You can change what you want to change according to your cap breaker, but let's get into the shades of. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Now, we got Dolph, we got Anthony Davis, and we got Evan Mobley. And the build is an ISO Savant at 6'11". And of course, we ain't got no post game, that would it say. But let me show you the cap breakers. Now, if you have cap breakers, feel free to you know, change what you want to change, take some things down, because this build is good out the gate. I don't care what nobody say, this build is good out the gate, and you can do what you need to do. But with the cap breakers, as you can see, I have 5. So if I had this build for myself, I would probably take something down by 5. You know, and everything else is just icing on the cake, whatever you decide to do. But this build is super legit, but most definitely put one cap breaker on your block to get to an 84. Everything else is optional. If you want more post control, you can take that up. If you want more standing dunk, you can take that up. You don't necessarily need to. If you want more passing, if you want those people that want higher passing, go ahead and take your passing up. But at the end of the day, I like to give you guys builds that are good out the gate, and this build is very good out the gate. No matter how you slice it and dice it, man, if you want to take something down, take something down. But to have a 93-point shot and a 93 mid-range shot, you can't go wrong with that. So make sure you guys like the video. If you on this part of the video, get the video to 100 likes, and I'm out of here. Charge!